Hey, I want to give a shout out to the Cleveland Browns football team, and it's you got to give credit where credit is due. So I do have me a hat to symbolize the program, and I guess it would almost be considered bandwagon jumping. But the Browns were basically like 0-16 at one point, and pedestrian at best in an airplane flown society. And it was hard to watch, like trying to squeeze a grain of sand, one pebble at a time, and you're trying to clean up a whole beach. It was hard to watch. But this year's team, shout out to Kevin Stefanski, who will be a coach of the year in the National Football League, 35 years young or either 38 years young, one of those two. A very young man, offensive-minded gentleman who has a double-headed attack with Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt playing running back, the best offensive line in the National Football League, and an up-and-coming quarterback who is a commercial celebrity. And a secondary that has Denzel Ward and two guys on the shelf that you guys haven't seen yet that are already a part of our organization, which is Greedy Williams and Delphin. Now, these are two young men that come from the national championship team for the LSU Tigers, and they're on our roster at this point. So the team is good. We probably can improve our linebacking core. I like Wilson. Wilson is a hitter, thumper. He is the one who tackled Kansas City Chiefs all-star quarterback Patrick Mahomes and put his helmet into the dirt and caused him to get a concussion. That break almost helped us, assisted us in winning the game almost, but came up a little bit short because Chad Woodahenney came in and did what he was supposed to do to secure the win with a 15-yard run or so to close the gap, to close the game out, excuse me. Couple of things about the game. The controversial thing that happened before halftime was Hollywood Higgins attempting to dive into the end zone. He held the football out in front of him. Nick Sorensen, the safety, number 49 for the Kansas City Chiefs, struck him with his helmet, simultaneously caused the football to flip out of his hands. And if you guys are physics individuals like I am, the football was supposed to dribble sideways and go out of bounds. But the trajectory of the football, for some reason, Nick Sorensen spearheads him, which they say possibly could have been a targeting penalty. I don't agree with it. I don't think it was targeting. The contact here, and the football squirts forward and dribbles into the end zone and out of bounds at that point. Now, the contact from Nick Sorensen with an extended football from Hollywood Higgins should have caused it to go out of bounds, and it should have been the Cleveland Browns football on the one. But this is the way it bounces. Patrick Mahomes, again, going out was another key part of the game that was critical. Now that Patrick Mahomes is out, you're figuring if we was ever going to have a chance to advance to the AFC Championship this early, this surprisingly is right now. We closed the gap to 5. It's 22 to 16 or something like that, whatever it was. I think it was 5 or 7, 6 points or something like that. Put it this way, it was low enough for us to close the gap to win. We score a touchdown and we win, I'll put it that way. We had them in long yardage, and Chad Woodahenney goes back to throw, tucks it, takes off running, and moves far enough to get ready to have the sticks move for a first down. So I think it's 4th and 1 or something like that, 4th and inches. Kansas City, Andy Reid, the genius that he is, calls timeout. They come out and throw some kind of a waggle, a little arrow route to the speedy receiver number 10, Tyreek Hill. He makes the catch, sits his butt down in the field of play, and the clock runs out. But I want to give a shout out to Kevin Stefanski, Coach of the Year. He came off of COVID. Last week we beat Pittsburgh in an amazing game that the Browns played, which was phenomenal. I've never seen a better quarter before in my life. And you talking about enthusiastic. That was a moment to celebrate. So that, and to beat Pittsburgh 2 weeks in a row, it just speaks volumes. And we got the kid Delpit and Greedy Williams coming back in the secondary. I don't know what we have from picks, but the area I would think if we could try to address the linebacker situation. I'm not that fond of losing Christian Kersey. And he's at Green Bay now, possibly getting ready to go to the Super Bowl and maybe even winning the thing. So I would address the linebacker issue. I'm really happy about Sheldon Richardson up front. And, Myles Garrett, those guys play well. I like our front. I like our offensive line. I love our offensive line. Jarvis Landry is probably the coldest receiver, on the roster. I hope OBJ comes back. I think OBJ can come in and with the right mindset can be a force if he wants to join forces with what we already have. So let's just talk additions at this point. OBJ, which is, for anybody that don't know, that's Odell Beckham, will be a tremendous addition to the offense. Hopefully we keep Ndoku, the tight end, number 85. Great catch by our tight end, number 81, Hooper. Great catch in the red zone, 4th and 2, stretched out like this. Defender's hand is in front like this. He still catches it. Great catch by Hooper. So hopefully we keep Hoop. Hopefully we keep our Stanford tight end and keep our wide receivers. I just love Donovan Peoples-Jones. Amazing player. So, and Baker Mayfield got a lot of heart. He's a very courageous guy. He grows with the position. I just think we got a great chance of duplicating what we did, and this time closing out like we did. We should have beat the Jets. Close out to be in a position, which meant we would have had won the conference championship. Now you look at the dominoes as they fall. Had we beat the Jets, who basically hadn't won a game all year, and then beat Pittsburgh like we did in the first round, we would have had first place, and then the seeding would have been different. So we would not have drawn Kansas City. See, that stuff means something. It does. But anyway, I'm going to get out of here. This is Motell Granite the Great, Coach Bomb Goodwin. Just giving my assessment of the Cleveland Browns season. Again, shout out to the Cleveland Browns, Coach Stefanski, who I'm saying right now is the Coach of the Year. All right, I love y'all.